Hello, and welcome to Data to Go, a videocast series created by NTT DATA's Data and Intelligence team, where we'll be sharing insights in the world of data strategy, data modernization, business analytics, and intelligent automation. Join us over a cup of coffee as we explore the exciting world of data. Today, we will be talking about a technology that has been catching everyone's attention, ChatGPT. I'm joined with our guest star, Natarajan Venkatesan, and our other co-host, Jacob. How are you today, Natarajan?
Thank you, Malini, for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience in this field?
I've been in the industry for about 23 years now. And the past 8 years, I've been working as the automation and AI leader at NTT DATA. Today, I manage a global team, which services many of our clients in automation and AI-based solutions. And I'm looking forward to the conversation on generative AI today.
Thanks, Natarajan. So today we'll be covering a few topics about ChatGPT. First, we want to go over some concerns around bias. Next, we're going to talk about how ChatGPT can benefit CIOs in their roles. And then we're going to wrap up today's conversation talking through the evolution of the chatbot through time and the sheer speed at which ChatGPT has been progressing.
So, Natarajan, can you tell us a little bit about bias concerns within ChatGPT? There seems to be a lot of conversations about the political bias about this new technology. So can you clear what this is all about?
Absolutely. Any kind of an AI system works off of data. Right? And if the data that we feed in is going to be biased, it's going to be learning from the bias, right? So, but the good thing about AI systems is that it's relatively easy to manage bias depending on the size of your data set. If your size is, like in the case of ChatGPT, based off of internet, obviously there's going to be a ton of bias. The good thing about a technology platform is that it makes it a little easy to identify bias. Like, for example, if you take a recent situation that we had with ChatGPT, where it gave a poem, it wrote a poem on President Biden, but it refused to do so for President Trump, right? So the challenge here was that it was trained on a subset of data where it understood certain aspects of the data that it fed in as bias and other aspects which was not biased, which is why it ended up doing it. But the moment this was identified, this was fixed within a span of 24 or 48 hours. So subsequently, when people tried to enter the same question, it refused to answer because it doesn't want to get into political situations. So the good thing is that if you identify a situation, it's easy to fix it. It's quick to fix it. But the bigger question is, how do we prevent it? And for that, we have to be more careful with the data that we use to feed into these systems from which they learn.
Yeah, that provides a lot of really good insight and really clears things up as to why ChatGPT might be producing those biased results. I saw that you also wrote an article about the uses of ChatGPT for CIOs. Would you mind telling us a little bit about what drove you to write that article and a little bit more about what it's about?
Absolutely. So one of the good things with ChatGPT was that it was a publicly available technology, right? Which means that everybody, including you and me, could go to a URL and then type in a question and we start getting answers. And people were amazed at the experience that they got, which was unique, unlike Google search, which is also built on the similar kind of data set on the internet, right? Because you're getting one answer. You're asking a question, you're getting one response to your question, which is amazing, right? You're not getting a bunch of results and sifting through, figuring out which is my right answer. So this made ChatGPT very, very popular very quickly, right? Its adoption rate was probably the fastest in the history of any technology adoptions, in the world, right? The bigger challenge that I saw was beyond this question answer, what do we do, right? And more importantly, how do I use this amazing technology for my enterprise, for my organization? And our research was purely focused on that, right? This is an awesome technology. How can our clients use this? And that's what is the question that we try to address in this particular article, where we focused on how can, and especially since the CIOs, CTOs are responsible for bringing in these technologies into the organizations, we focused on how the CIOs can use this specific technology within their organization. What can they use it for? Where can they start, right? And the intention of writing this article was basically to give people a point where they can think of, oh, you know what, here are certain things that I can start using it for, right? Whether it is looking at their security strategy, whether it is looking at improving their DevOps paradigm in itself by being able to generate code faster and being able to build applications faster, so on and so forth. So the intention of writing the article was specifically to help address this question, which many of our clients and especially the executive leadership has, which is, how can I use this and of course use it in a secure way, in ensuring that my data privacy is maintained, data security is maintained, and ethics are addressed. Ethics concerns with the usage of a technology like ChatGPT are addressed. So these are the three key things which we had when we wanted to address this and figure out how can end customers start using a technology like this within their enterprise, for their employees, for their customers.
Very cool. That's really interesting to see how ChatGPT and AI is transforming both how we work, end-to-end customers work, clients, and also high-level positions like CIOs. And so I know the development of AI and these chatbots have been quite a long time coming. So if you could tell us a little bit more about how AI has gotten to where it is now, where it's going to go from here, and how chatbots and ChatGPT have contributed to this journey.
Yeah. AI has been there for quite some time. In fact, I would say that the term AI was probably invented in 1959, so it's been a while since it's been out there, but it's gaining quite a bit of prominence in the recent past. Before the advent of ChatGPT, AI was, I would say, probably a little bit more fragmented, and obviously using an AI system, people had hesitancy. So the closest that we got to an enterprise-wide usage of something like an AI system was in the areas of conversational AI, right? And that's where we saw this technology being used quite a bit. But with ChatGPT, what fascinates us is the big beautiful brain that is behind that we don't get to see, right? And we showed a small glimpse of what we can do. It's more, think of it more like a tip of an iceberg, right? Where we looked at the brain and said, okay, the brain can do, here are 10 different things that it can additionally do, which is useful for our clients. Like, for example, it can have conversational analysis. It can do look at data and give you analysis out of that data. It can generate code for you. It can be used for sentiment analysis, which is a very interesting use case, right? Because if you look at it, think about how customers can potentially use a technology like ChatGPT to understand what people are saying about their product. Think about what people are saying about what some other competitor launched about their particular product, getting feedback from that, so that if I am releasing something similar or a competing product, I take into consideration the sentiment that came from that and ensure that I don't have it in my product. So there are a lot of uses of this particular technology in terms of the way an organization can implement. It's no longer relegated to IT driving technology, right? It's shifted the paradigm to where marketing can use this technology and do a whole bunch of things with respect to marketing analysis and innovation. A product development team can use this to analyze features, be able to generate products and product fixes much faster. So every realm of an organization can use this technology in different ways that would be beneficial to their department or division or business unit. So it's just amazing in terms of the kind of use cases that we can potentially look at using to implement using ChatGPT.
Thank you so much, Natarajan. This has been very insightful. And thank you again for sitting down with us today and sharing all of your knowledge and expertise with ChatGPT and AI. This wraps up our episode for today. To all the viewers, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to check back in for our upcoming episodes for more data insights, sip by sip. Cheers.